Good morning, everybody, and I hope you are having a good weekend thus far. I know it just started, but I wanted to make a holiday edition and a holiday video. I don't know why I'd call it a edition, but a video about the upcoming holidays and how mental illness is and how estrangement can affect your mood during the holidays. And I know that it's very difficult because I deal with it. I suffer from it myself. And I just wanted to talk about it and touch on a few things. The holidays crank up emotions up to the max volume. Joy, grief, anger, loneliness, all fighting for the mic at once. Mental illness doesn't take a seasonal break. Depression deepens. Anxiety sharpens. Bipolar. Haven't slept yet. It's just the way it goes. Bipolar. Mood swings harder under the pressure to be happy. Estrangement from adult children hurts loud and louder during the holidays. Empty chairs scream. Silent texts feel heavier. I just have a lot of emotions today, and right now at this part of the season isn't a good time for me at all. Yesterday was 25 years since my son passed away, so I'm having a difficult time with that. I know 25 years seems like a long time, but that just doesn't go away. So I apologize for... No, I shouldn't apologize. I really shouldn't. It's the way it is. And if you are suffering from loss that happened around this time of year, or if this type of, time of year is especially hard, that's understandable. And that's why I'm making this video. What kind of loss or emotions are you feeling at this time? I would like to know, and I would like you to let me know, so like you, I don't feel so all alone, that I feel that it's okay to have the feelings that I do. So with that, part of it is when you watch TV, every commercial, movie, and social post feels like a personal attack disguised as matching pajamas. I understand that when I watch TV and I see all these happy families and these children that are adults going to, their families' get-togethers and gatherings and, opening gifts and celebrating, I sit here and go, I don't have that anymore. It makes it really difficult. So with that, I think I said that once already. I still get nervous when I do videos, and I have a hard time expressing myself without getting upset. And I'm sure that you can understand that if you're in those shoes as well. Grief resurfaces even if you thought you'd handled it. Loss doesn't respect calendars or decorations. And that's where I like to hunker down at home, where I have that self-control, that control of my environment. 2 years ago, we tried to have a small Christmas tree and have a Christmas, my fiance and I. And it went well, but I don't want to do it again. There's just something missing. And is it fair to him? Maybe not. Is it fair to me? Same. I wish I could do it because I've always liked it. In a way, no. I just have a few bullet points so I remember what I want to talk about. Shame creeps in when people ask about your kids. You rehearse answers like survival scripts. And that's true. And usually, because I live farther away from them, I don't really have to have excuses. I live around people that really don't know that I have children or that David has a child. So it's, for the most part, pretty easy. Once in a while, I'll slip and mention my children, and I just say, "Oh, they live far away. I don't really see them because they're busy," which they are, that I know of. I honestly don't know, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Hypervigilance spikes, waiting for that call that won't come, flinching every time the phone buzzes. I don't really have that. It's been 9.5 years, and I have no expectations. I've sort of put it on the back burner because when you have expectations, you end up with heartbreak and you end up with disappointment, and I don't enjoy that at all. Mania or impulsivity can flare, spending too much, overcommitting, forcing cheer like it's oxygen. The overspending, yeah, that's my fiance. He also has the same mental illnesses that I do, and him and I like to spend money. I have a little more self-control than he does, but in that sense, I still like to spend money because it feels good and it's temporary. And then you look at your bank account and say, I don't get paid for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Where did I spend it all? And they have these convenient little like financing programs or loans that you can get, and it just gets you in a world of trouble. And him and I are both in that boat. Not trouble wise, but we'll spend the money and oh, that feels so good, and then we'll turn around and take it back because we are out of money, and it's like, oh, what did we do? So it's like one of those double-edged swords, and that's just the way it is when you're bipolar. And when it's this time of the year, you just want that warm, fuzzy feeling, even if it's temporary. It doesn't matter. You want it. So exhaustion sets in from pretending you're fine while carrying invisible fractures. I understand that. I guess I tend to not sleep. I like to stay up all night. I'm afraid, and this has been for quite some time, I'm afraid I'm going to miss something. What I'm going to miss, I don't know. And I say that I had to sleep before when I had responsibilities of getting up, getting the kids ready for school. So I had to be rested and to deal with them and deal with the everyday chores and things that I have to deal with. And these days I don't have to deal with that, so I stay up and I watch TV or, play on my iPad, play on my computer, things like that. David's thing is rearranging furniture. It drives me crazy. But that's what makes him feel good, I guess, is having new things to look at, even though it's our old stuff. But he likes to do that, and I guess I just don't understand it. One of my really bad pet peeves is, and now it doesn't apply, I just wipe things down, but the joke is, I'll dust when we move, and that's always been sort of a funny thing that, I guess the bad habit that I have is, God, it's so dry, just dusting or whatever when we move. So I don't know where all the dust comes from. I suspect it's from the animals, but I really don't know. So then we have self-worth takes hits when love feels conditional or withdrawn. even when logic says it's not your fault. Yeah. I do blame myself for a lot of things. However, after 9.5 years, I've learned to say, yeah, some of it was my fault, but not all of it. I can safely say that his father and my mother, my sister, his family, my ex-husband's family, they have a lot to do with it as well. And when you have that much that much against you, the kids are going to believe it. And it's really not fair on me. They should listen to my side as well as his side, but they sort of stayed where the getting's good. They think he has more to offer, and in the beginning, I would say, I birthed you, I fed you, I bathed you, so on and so forth. And then I read some books about estrangement, and it said that don't use that as a tool, for the simple fact of you may have given birth to them and taken care of them, but as a parent, that's your job. And I did my job good, and then I paid for it. I guess I let them down, and I still feel that way, but I've come to the conclusion that I can't do anything about that and how they feel. I've talked to them since, or I should say I tried to talk to them since, and they just scream at me. And my oldest son, I should say my son, my other two are my daughters, and they're the younger ones. My son wished me dead. He said, why don't you hurry up and die already? So how am I supposed to? I know that's children acting up. That's not fair, but they're going to feel the way they do. And there's really nothing that you can do about it. And I guess I've come to the conclusion is sit here and wait. They are like 6 hours away, but that's not straight 6. That's not including traffic. It's more than that. My fear really is that they show up. And honestly, after this long, I don't know what I would do. I really don't. Would I even answer the door? I don't know. I've heard of other, parents reconnecting with their children after a long time. Could I do it? I don't know. A lot of me has moved on, honestly, but that's only the last 6 months or so. I've stopped going and looking for them online. I've stopped doing a lot. I still read the obituaries because it could be my mom, it could be my kids, it could be anybody. That's the only way I'm going to know. And so be it. So with that, boy, that was a big jump. How do you cope during the holidays? I would like to know. Am I doing it right? Should I keep trying? Should I give up? I would like to know if you've experienced the same thing. How do you deal with your mental illnesses, with depression, with anxiety? Do you do the same things that you've always done? Do you do things different? Do you accommodate your schedules and your goings, coming and going, the same way that you always have? Do you still go to, this is too many questions, but I would like to know, do you travel and visit family although life is tough? Or do you do like me and just hide and hunker down and just hope that the world goes away because it's too painful to live. I think it's difficult no matter what you do and what you don't do. When you don't do anything, do you tend to sit around and think? That's me. I'm an overthinker. I hope you do have good holidays no matter what you do. I will be back after the holidays, I hope. I shouldn't say it that way. I don't know. I hope to hear from some of you, all of you. That'd be fantastic. If you like my content and my videos, it'd be fantastic if you'd hit subscribe. It helps me grow my channel. I know my videos aren't the greatest, but you get me. You get the real thing. I don't edit. I don't sugarcoat. I tell it how it is. And that's all I can do. That's what I want to do. I want you to feel like you know me. I would like to know you. I would like to know what you think, and so on. And with that, I hope you have great holidays. Take care.